Hi, my name is Zach Simmons, and this is my Chicago Bears Journal. So I've done a few videos on the NFL, just kind of detailing a lot of the major news stories going on. But if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I am a big Bears fan. So I thought, why not do kind of the same thing but detail the Chicago Bears? So right now we're kind of in a tough spot. We're 3-2. We're looking pretty good. 3-2. But we just lost against the Raiders in London. Nationally televised game. Of course, the Bears. Of course, the Bears flounder. But to be honest, I'm a little. It seems kind of strange. But I'm a little happy. The reason is this puts all the Chase Daniels starting stuff to rest. Um, Now I know Trubisky is taking him a lot longer than what we had hoped, but Chase Daniel was not the answer. Even though he played well against Minnesota, he came in and played well. But you also have to take a look at the second half. Minnesota learned how to play against Chase Daniel. The Raiders had an entire week, to try to figure out exactly how to stop Chase Daniel. And Daniel just didn't deliver. He had some really good throws, but he also cost us the game. He threw two costly interceptions. One of them would have got us in field goal range for us to win the game. He had a wide open Javon Wims. Instead, he tries to throw it, I believe, to Anthony Miller. Terrible throw, terrible read. Miller was triple covered, but instead of throwing it to Miller, he threw it 10 yards back to one of the defenders. You can't do that. That was a really bad read by Daniel. And just a terrible throw by him as well. So at least this kind of puts all this stuff to rest. Trubisky is a starter. There's no one else who can take that job. And if you're going to go off with Tyler Bray, stop it. Tyler Bray has one game in his pocket. He looked good in preseason. That doesn't mean we bench Trubisky for Tyler Bray. No. But Trubisky, cut him some slack. Cut him some slack. Um, I've watched the Bears for years. And we always do the same thing with the quarterback. We are promised the best quarterback in the league. We always are. We had that with Cutler. We had that with Grossman. We've had that with each quarterback we've gotten. We trade up or we trade down or we trade for. And we say, well, this guy is going to be the guy. We go through this every single time. The GM always tells us this is our guy. This is the best Bears quarterback of all time. And we always find out that they're not all they were cracked up to be. And they begin to be one of the worst and one of the most mocked in the NFL. So with Trubisky, I get it. Trust me, I get it. We were promised Trubisky is on point. He's phenomenal. Watch what he can do this year. Nagy bragged about him. Pace bragged about him. Countless players bragged about him and said, this is our guy. He's way, way better than what was last year. And last year, he looked pretty decent. But this year, it's easy to see just how he doesn't look as good. It's easy to see that. Even against Green Bay, week 1 of last year, Trubisky was on point. This last year, he couldn't do a thing. Now, before you start blaming Trubisky, a lot of it does have to go on Nagy. Well, you can say, well, no, the play call seemed to work under Daniel and didn't work under Trubisky. It's not necessarily the play call. This is what happens when you don't play someone who needs to learn, someone who needs to have the experience, and you don't play in preseason. I get you don't want Trubisky to get hurt. I get that. But he needs experience. And he needs some time to really feel comfortable in the offense. And then you just throw him out there against Green Bay week 1. This is what happens. It's going to take him a few weeks to kind of get going, to build his composure up. I'm hoping this injury doesn't hinder that. I'm really hoping that because no surgery is needed, this might be lingering for the rest of the year until he can probably get fixed up in the offseason. So will he run? Will he be too scared in the pocket to run? Will he be too scared in the pocket just to stay there? Will he be focused more on the rush than he will be on what receivers open? What's his read? How can he deliver the ball well? If he's focusing too much on the guys coming at him, he's going to fail. And he's going to get sacked just because of that. So hopefully Trubisky's on point. But before you start throwing him to the wolves, before you start saying we need to find someone else, let's start looking at 2020, see what quarterback we can draft in the second round. Before we start going off on that, give him a few more weeks. It's week 6. We have a bye week. He's going to be healthier next week against New Orleans. I know it's New Orleans. They have a good pass rush, a good defense, but just wait. Just wait. The schedule's not going to get any easier, but he will be just fine. I guarantee Trubisky will put up some good numbers here. Just give him some time. Each game that he's played, he's gotten better. If you compare the Denver game to Green Bay, he played better. He got us to win the game. You compare that to Washington, he was much better. Instead of looking at his first read, dumping it off, he's looking to his third and fourth reads. He played great against Washington. Now, we only saw one play from him in Minnesota, against Minnesota. And yes, it was a strip sack. Not a very good way to start it out, but cut him some slack. Let him go against the Saints, and then let's evaluate. But right now, we can at least say he is the starter for the rest of 2019. But when it comes to 2020, be prepared. If you're one of those Bears fans thinking we need another quarterback, we need someone to come in, that's not going to happen next year. We don't have a first-round pick. If we spend our second-round pick on that, when we probably should replace Leonard Floyd, probably should replace Kyle Long, probably should replace Prince Mukamara, we're wasting a valuable pick. And yes, we have 2 second-round picks, but with no first-round pick, those are 3 guys we need to replace. And 3 guys we need to replace with a good, capable starter. So before you start going off on Trubisky, saying we need someone else for 2020, be prepared because he will be playing in 2020. He will be the Bears starting quarterback. They will not get rid of him. 2021, maybe. But as for 2020, he's our starting quarterback. So stop looking at all those draft prospects and stuff because no, the Bears will not draft anyone. If you draft anyone, they're going to replace Chase Daniel. They're not going to replace Trubisky. At least not in 2020. But now, we're 3-2. We were 3-2 last year at this point. We lost against Green Bay. We lost against Miami. In fact, that game against Miami really is pretty similar to what we just went through against Oakland. But things can change. Green Bay can go down. Green Bay has a lot of time to go down. They're going against Detroit here Monday night. Detroit is a very good team. Very good team. So they can easily fall apart. Minnesota, I think the writing's on the wall. They can easily collapse. And the Lions, they're a good team, but they're not going to be strong throughout the season. They're just not mentally there. Next year, they will be a phenomenal team. That's something we need to worry about. But as for right now, they will drop off. So there's a high ceiling for the Bears right now. One of the best defenses. The only defense that can be muttered in the same sentence as the Bears are the Patriots defense. So just stay calm. 3-2 really is not as bad as what we think. We won division when we started out 3-2. So before anyone's jumping ship saying we need to change stuff, we need a new head coach, we need a new quarterback, calm yourself down. But I do agree changes do need to be made, and it sounds like changes will be made. From my understanding, Nagy pointed out that we need some work in the offensive line. And I will not be surprised if Kyle Long will not be starting against New Orleans. I will not be surprised if we end up picking up another offensive lineman. I will not be surprised if we trade for an offensive lineman. But I will not be surprised if we do not see Kyle Long on that field. I'm expecting Ted Larson to start. It can easily be someone like Rashad Coward. I would love to see Alex Bars being activated off of the practice squad. I think Bars played great in the preseason. But right now, we need to get this offensive line working. Trubisky needs this line, and more importantly, David Montgomery needs this line. Montgomery is a fantastic running back. He's breaking 1 or 2 tackles a play. Why is he doing that? Because he has 5 guys in his face. The fact that he can still get 3 or 4 yards in a carry is phenomenal. Keep giving him the ball, but man, you need a line that can give him a hole. This is a really good running back, and right now no one knows about him. Why? This line's not doing a good job. They're terrible. Leonard needs to stop committing penalties, and Long needs to block. But to be honest, Long, he's done. We've all known this. We all knew that more than likely he wasn't returning this next year. But man, he did not look good. He looked great last season. You can tell that the line shifted between when Long was out and when Long was healthy. But this year, he's playing as if we don't have a left guard at all, or right guard at all. But I will also like to see right hair and Daniels switch. I know Daniels, when he was in college, he was a center. I get that. But at the same time, White here was a Pro Bowl center. I admit he's better at guard than he's a center. But Daniels made the Pro Bowl as a guard. Put Daniels back at guard. If anything, I know left guard and right guard are not the same position. But if Daniels can work right guard and White here can work left guard, I think what we should do is look for a center. Don't look for a new right guard. Look for a center. Because right now, right here, he's a good center, but that's not his natural position. It's easy to see that that is not his natural position. But Daniels, he's a better guard than he is a center. I think his main issue is I don't think he can get up in time after he snaps the ball. I don't think he's quick enough to go against a D tackle. But we know he's good enough. He stopped Aaron Donald, the best defensive tackle in the league. So he definitely has a capability, but I don't think center is the right position for him. So I won't be surprised if, against the Saints, Ted Larson starts. The line is still better, but needs more work to be done. I think that's when Nagy's going to switch those two. But as of right now, Nagy has said that he's not taking a look at that. That's not something he's going to do this next game, but it might be something he's going to take a look at in a couple weeks. He definitely has his eye on the offensive line, because right now the reason that the offense is failing is not because of Trubisky. It's not because of any of the receivers. It's not because David Montgomery can't get anything going. It's because this line, they're not doing their jobs. They're committing penalties, and they're not giving Trubisky any time, and they're not giving Montgomery a hole. We got to fix this line first and foremost, and Nagy knows that. Nagy's doing a really good job when it comes to this. But the Saints, I think would be okay. I think we'll be okay. I'll have another video next week detailing what I expect from that game. But as of right now, it's a bye week. We don't know at all what's going to be happening. We don't know if Brees is going to be back. There's a lot of stuff the Bears need to work on this week. But I'm glad at least Pinheiro has an extra week. Pinheiro and Trubisky have an extra week to relax, to rest, and get ready for the Saints. But key point, don't jump ship. 3-2. We were 3-2 last year. We made playoffs. And we should have won a game. In fact, we probably should have won a couple games after the Philadelphia game. We have a shot this year. Just because we're 3-2 does not mean we're not a Super Bowl team. This is still a Super Bowl team. We just need to start clicking. And it mainly starts from the offensive level. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them. I hope you have a really good rest of your day.